Na, 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 na.
No, this is not a horribly pirated version of Retronic Radio. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm James.
We should do that one. Anyways, wait, they'll be able to see this, won't they? Okay.
Na 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 na.
Thanks. All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Cross Border Gaming, episode 173. I'm Harold the H-Bomb Price, and joining me, Frank.
How's it going, everyone?
Yeah.
It's finally feels like summer out here.
Oh, I still got some daylight out here.
I know. I remember last time at this time it was starting to get dark for you.
Yeah. Saturday's the first day of summer, so.
Take a swig in celebration, everyone.
Mm-hmm. So.
It's now past E3. We no longer have an E3 hangover.
Yeah. Man, I still have 3 podcasts to edit.
Oh my god. You have to figure a way how to eliminate the editing like we do on this one.
Well, I don't do much. It's just the actual doing it.
Like, you ever thought about getting a cheap mixer?
Yeah.
Like, for less than $100? Like, these are very, very cheap. I mean, you literally have your phone connected for music or whatever other audio source you would like.
Yeah.
And then you can all record it all in one shot without having to edit.
Yeah.
I'd recommend that. Anyway, what have you been playing?
Actually, you got the short list.
All right. Well, I played more Tetris Splash,
Mm-hmm.
which I still greatly enjoy, especially when people come over and
Can't go wrong with Tetris.
no, and everyone's always up for it. Nobody ever says, no, you know what? I don't feel like playing Tetris. Nah, fuck that. Nobody says that. Also played a bit more GTA 5. As I said, I started playing a new game just for shits and giggles. And I also played this indie game called The Money Game, which I thought it was like some sort of like property buying, investing type of game, but I don't know. It wasn't what I expected it to be. Still, for $1, I'm not willing to try more of it. But I don't know, it's okay. But I'm not going to invest any more time in it. Not my bag. And then I played some Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, which was free on Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah, I downloaded that. I already had it on PS3 because it was a PlayStation Plus game.
Yeah, I have it for PS3, but just the Super Street Fighter 4, not the Arcade Edition.
Yeah.
So I have a PlayStation 1 to Xbox converter, and the Xbox recognizes it like a wired controller and everything. On the actual adapter is the Xbox button to pull up the live menu. So I use this to play Street Fighter Online. And I must say, I'm winning more games than I'm losing.
I don't think that would help me, though.
I don't know. I just like the fact that I can actually play the game.
I mean, you've played against me. I need a lot more than a fancy controller.
No, you need to understand the concept of combos and pulling off the moves at will every single time. But that takes years of practice, though. I didn't start playing for a good 4 years in. But Yeah, it's not bad online. I mean, you can mute everyone, and that's what I do automatically. It's like, yeah, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Just play. I haven't really played any people that are super cheap as of yet. Most of the people defeating me did it, logically and not because they're being cheap asses. So far, my experience is good, and I'm going to continue to play it online because there is always people online playing that game. No matter what time it is or anything, people are online and they're playing that game.
Okay.
So would you like to play on the Xbox version too, Harold?
Yeah. I'm game.
All right.
I mean, you're gonna kick my ass, but hey, I'm game. Dr. Phil says, past behavior is a good predictor of future behavior.
Oh, God. He's going to sue us now because we mentioned him. God damn it.
Yeah. Oh,
But otherwise, I haven't played anything else, really.
well, at least didn't say it in a North Texas accent.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a North Texan and South Texan accent?
Well, North Texas, Oklahoma kind of accent. That's kind of what Dr. Phil's got going. I had a professor in college with the same accent.
He talked like this. Don't be dumb.
Anyway, moving on to what I've been playing. Rock Band Blitz broke the 250 gold star barrier and just kept going.
So how many bags of heroin does that equal?
I also played some Mario Kart 8.
Again, more bags of heroin?
And I have gotten gold on all 8 cups of the 50cc series. Moving on to the 100cc. Pac-Land came out for the Wii U Virtual Console last week, and first time this was released outside of Japan. Probably should have stayed there.
Really?
I don't know. I just can't quite get a handle on it.
Well, some games are just not made for us.
Yeah. Tomodachi Life.
And how's that?
That is so crazy. But yeah, I'm still playing that. Finally getting some hookups going on the game.
H-Bomb is your hookup. Holler if you hear him. What?
Not that kind of hookup. I don't know. But also play a little bit more Record Run, Plants vs. Zombies 2, No Heroes Allowed, No Puzzles Either. As well as some cleaning. I've been cleaning all week.
Now hold on. No heroes allowed. No puzzles either. What is that?
Oh, I thought I talked about this on the show before. You remember Holy Invasion of Privacy Badman? What did I do to deserve this?
Yes.
Spin off of that series.
Oh, okay.
It's a match 3 puzzler, done in the style of that series.
So besides the cleaning, what else have you done?
Well, to reward myself for a job well done with this cleaning, I bought myself a PS4.
You caved.
I caved.
Why? Why couldn't you wait another year for a hardware revision? I mean, don't you play already a lot on your PS3?
Actually, most of what I do on PS3 these days is YouTube. And occasionally something cool on Plus. But yeah,
PS3 is on its way out.
I I think I might have to get another HDMI switcher because I'm out of slots. Something's got to go, and it's probably gonna be the PS3.
Well, episode 173. I'm out of slots.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been playing the Wii U quite a bit with Mario Kart, and I still hop on 360 to get my Rock Band Blitz fix.
My God.
Okay, so moving on. It's news of the universe. And we're gonna kick it off with previously on Cross Border Gaming. Last week we talked about world's largest game collection up for sale. It has sold for $750,250.
Wow, $750,000 for a game collection.
Yeah.
Now let's see. Is that bid legit though? Have they confirmed that this person is actually going to hand him $750,000 to own the world's largest collection?
I'm not sure.
See, that's the other thing. You have to keep that in mind. How many of these bids were fake?
Yeah. I know. At one point, Oculus founder Palmer Luckey submitted a couple bids, but bowed out when it hit six figures. You know, Palmer Luckey could afford this.
Or maybe he just doesn't want to spend that much on this.
Yeah, true.
Because he probably has a wife and she'd probably kill him.
Yeah.
It's for the kids. Yeah, bullshit.
I don't know. He's got plenty of that Facebook money, though.
Fucking asshole.
Game trailers has been sold. Viacom sold it to I forget their name offhand. They're the parent company of The Escapist. Defy Media.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Only 20 people were expected to make the transition from Viacom to Defy, and of course, those who didn't received termination notice the day after E3.
Wow, that sucks.
I mean, yeah, those game trailers people worked hard, and that's the thanks they get.
That seems to be the general theme in the gaming industry.
Yeah, and apparently it goes for the media as well.
Like, your hard work is paid off with a pink slip. Sorry.
Yeah, and just look at Viacom getting rid of something when they've outgrown its usefulness. And I really wish I was wearing a Rock Band shirt right now. Moving on, Amazon announced its Fire Phone.
Oh.
Essentially a fancy new way for you to buy their shit.
So it looks like the average Android phone. It doesn't look like anything special.
Yeah, it looks kind of, well, I believe it's Android-based, but it looks kind of more like, the OS looks more like the stylized version of Android on their Kindle Fire tablets.
So you're going to get one?
No.
Buy their shit?
I already buy enough of their shit as is. Besides, I'm happy with iOS and my iPhone.
As am I for now, but maybe we can talk. Well, why don't we talk about it now? Did you hear that they're replacing the headphone jack in the new iPhone?
I did not hear that.
No, they're going to get rid of the headphone jack, quite possibly, and only use that Thunder port. That's why they bought Beats by Dre.
Ugh. That's not good.
So
I've Bluetooth headphones, though, so I should be fine.
No, I'm a wired headphone type of person. Just, I don't know. I'm a tad bit of an audiophile when it comes to that. So I like to use earbuds, ones that obviously Apple is too incompetent to make. And with this new technology, by removing the headphone jack, I mean, you're essentially making me buy proprietary headphones because I'm very sure adapters are not going to work. They will give out an error that says, accessory not compatible.
Yeah, Nintendo tried that with the GBA SP and it didn't work out well.
So I guess these people just want to find out the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess kind of waiting and see. I'm just about ready to upgrade my 4S, but I want to see what Apple's got up their sleeves.
Man, you've been holding out real long, though.
Well, it was 2 years back at spring break.
Oh, okay.
So I'm probably waiting a little bit longer to upgrade than I did the last time.
Yeah, but that's a better one is just going to keep coming.
Yeah, that's why I've figured it came up. My contract came up in March, so I figured I could probably just stretch it as long as I can. See what Apple's got in store. The iPhone 6 or whatever it is. Moving on, the Witcher 3 team wants to make President Obama an honorary Witcher.
So what? They want to give him a character in the game?
Well, apparently, the Prime Minister of Poland previously gave Obama a copy of Witcher 2 as a gift, and then Obama actually mentioned the game by name, talking about Poland's contribution to the world economy.
Really?
Yeah, he mentioned Witcher 2 by name. So, I guess they're just returning the love.
Wow.
Of course, from what I heard, he hasn't actually played the game yet.
If he knew what was in that game, like the
Yeah.
I mean, I think he would withdraw what he would say.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you don't do your research.
But, he's got a point as far as some of these games, a lot of these games coming from parts of the world that aren't typically gaming, prime gaming places like US, Canada, UK, Japan. A lot of good games coming from some of these other countries.
Hey, competition brings out the best in people.
Yeah.
And they're competing
Yeah.
in market.
Awesome games from around the world.
Exactly. Shouldn't limit yourself.
Yeah. Robert Morris University in Illinois offering scholarships for its newest varsity sport, League of Legends.
Ladies and gentlemen, idiocracy is real. I'm going to drop the microphone. Idiocracy is real. This is living proof that idiocracy is real, if there isn't already enough of them. This is not funny. This is sad to me. This is what humanity finds acceptable.
What, that esports come into colleges?
Yeah. I think that is... I don't know. What are you rewarding? Some guy sitting on his ass who can think fast? And move his right hand really fast? Come on.
Yeah, I haven't gotten... I don't quite get esports either.
I mean, sure, yes, it's a competition.
It's a competition. And there's big money in these competitions.
I just have a problem with even them putting the word sport in there.
Yeah.
Nothing physical about it. Just like motorsports. I don't know why that's called a sport either, no offense. It's like there's
Because you know how much I love NASCAR.
Exactly. But, I mean, you would like that regardless of what they would call it.
Yeah.
But calling it a motor... Like, I don't know. Again, there's nothing physical going on.
Yeah.
So what, is Jeopardy sport too?
Moving on. And in related news, Irrational Passions, Tony Horvath and Scott Guthrie are looking at transferring to Robert Morris University.
If I could find the soundboard, I would be playing the Price is Right fail horn.
Yeah. Sony says fewer first-party games coming to Vita. But they did upsell it by mentioning the indie games coming, and as well as the remote play with PS4, which hopefully by next week's show I'll be able to talk about.
Nice.
And PlayStation Now.
All right, so there's
So yeah, there's still a little stuff to make Vita useful. It's just a shame that Sony themselves are not going to support it.
Well, maybe they feel confident that most of their current customers who own a Vita are playing, the selection of indie games and the games that are on the third-party games that are on there.
Yeah.
Sony first-party games haven't been selling on there. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think maybe their approach on the Vita and previously on the PSP hasn't been the right approach for handhelds either.
Fuck. Oh, well.
But Capcom, their shareholders vote to end the company's hostile takeover defense. That does not mean they're for sale or that anybody's going to buy them. That just opens the possibility. But that didn't stop the people from talking. I mean, there are folks saying like Nintendo should buy them or Microsoft should buy them. I think somebody even said Ubisoft should buy them.
First of all, dropping your defense from hostile takeover essentially means that people can make an offer. That's all that. It doesn't mean that, oh, we got somebody lined up. No, it just means, hey, if you have cash and you want to buy my stock and my stake, you may.
Yeah. But you know, while we're right about, who would you like to see buy Capcom if somebody were to make a purchase?
Sony.
Sony, which is the only one of the big three who has not been mentioned.
Sony, first of all, I play most of my Capcom games on Sony anyway, or have in the past.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
And I would bet that worldwide that's probably where they do the best business.
Look, the PlayStation.
Which is why it would be a major coup if either Microsoft or Nintendo were to make a play.
Nintendo wouldn't know what to do with Capcom, I'll be honest with you. They would ruin Street Fighter, first of all, by mixing it in with Smash Brothers. Although, from a licensing perspective, that would be really cool.
Yeah, but then again, the Mega Man fans would be happy. I could see them revitalizing Mega Man.
Really? You think they wouldn't make some 3D game on the 3DS for him?
It'd be good.
That's what they would do first.
Yeah. But yeah, now whereas Microsoft, Capcom purchase would make them relevant in Japan.
I don't know. For the parts that I like about Capcom, which is regrettably only one part, as well as the retro library, I would not see Capcom being a good fit at Nintendo. I think. Well, on the other hand, I've been saying for ages that Street Fighter needs to be taken behind a barn and be shot in the head unless you're going to do something different with it. Instead of recycling the same game like they've had for years. I don't know, maybe they would force them to, bring out a Street Fighter 5 and then a 6 and not a this edition or that edition. I don't know.
Moving on, Hiro Miyamoto, in an interview with Kotaku, likened Amiibo to the Game Boy Advance e-reader, which is not a good sign.
Ruh-roh. Does he remember, is he delusional about how the e-reader...
Well, the e-reader, I still have one. I thought it was a cool piece of tech that just got underused, and I hope that doesn't happen to Amiibo.
I think Amiibo is cool. I mean, you don't have to buy a new pod.
Or new games. I mean, this is using your existing games, it's using your existing...
It's very user-friendly to a first touch. Makes it very easy.
But the biggest question they still need to answer is, what the heck do they do?
Well, those figurines look pretty cool, I will say that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they look highly collectible, and they look really awesome on a person's shelf.
Yeah.
regardless if people are putting them on their Wii U controller or not, people are gonna buy those things.
Mm-hmm. So moving on to a segment we haven't had on the show in the longest time. Shit Phil Fish says.
Yeah, apparently he's bitching about how people who play his game online should pay him money.
Yeah, YouTubers should have to pay out a huge portion of their revenues to the developers from which they steal all their content. Ad revenue should be shared with developers. This should be built into YouTube. Anything else is basically piracy. If you generate money from putting my content on your channel, you owe me money. Simple as that. If you buy a movie, are you then allowed to stream the entirety of it publicly for people to watch for free? No, because that's legal. Systems are in place to prevent that. Buy Fez, put all of it on YouTube, turn on ads, make money from it, and that's totally fine. And the developers should in no way be compensated for work being freely distributed to the world. Right, makes sense.
Okay. First off, people already paid you for your stupid game. And possibly on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
Because they got too sick and tired of there being too many bugs on one side versus the other. And all people are doing is advertising your game, especially if they're doing something positive with your video. I mean, it's not like he's got TV commercials out for Fez, or even has YouTube videos up of Fez or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think Let's Plays are a good thing. I mean,
no, these videos keep the game relevant.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It keeps your game. Otherwise, nobody would talk about his stupid game anymore. Nobody would. Nobody would talk about Fez anymore if it wasn't for, even with Indie Game the movie, if it wasn't for the fact people still have YouTube videos up of it, that's like, oh shit, maybe I should play a demo of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why video is kind. And there was somebody had an argument about that on Twitter about video replacing printed word in game coverage, and you show a whole lot with video, whether it's a press outlet or just some guy on YouTube.
And it makes the experience different.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, and secondly, I can watch a video and then decide, maybe am I going to download a demo of this or not. It's like, it looks like something I'm in.
The other day, I actually thought like maybe I should just stream some Fez just to prove a point. But then again, that would involve me having to play Fez.
Exactly.
And besides, if we're saying that Let's Plays are good for publicity, I don't want to give them any more. We're already talking about him way too much. And
no, about harmonics too much.
I think that's a segue. Got a couple departures to mention. Monday, Harmonix's director of brand development, or whatever his title was, John Drake, announced his departure. And Tuesday, Polygon's Russ Pitts, who was their features editor, announced his departure.
Well, I'm not quite sure who that is, but I'm very sure he'll be missed.
He was one of the original 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Previously with the Escapist before moving to Polygon. Starting Polygon, I should say. And he was, the features editor. He was the guy coordinating all their features, their written features, their video features. And Polygon has done some pretty cool features. And hopefully he has set the pace and they got good people there to continue on what he started.
Nice.
And as for John Drake, it was a bit surprising to hear he was leaving. I'm not sure if this was effect of Harmonix's recent layoffs or if this was his decision. But either way, E3 just happened, so the timing was a bit odd, but especially going through E3 knowing that it's your last E3 with Harmonix, and the guy was still a pro, and he was pretty much the MVP of the Amplitude Kickstarter. I mean, he kept plugging it, making some noise. He actually took a pie on their Twitch stream. Took a bunch of pies, and you know who I think needs to hire John Drake? Nintendo.
And replace him with who? Or for who, rather?
Well, essentially somebody who can build a community presence, get Nintendo out there, do some crazy stuff, which I'm not sure if that's quite Nintendo's philosophy, but that's exactly what I think they need to do.
You think they'd listen?
So yes, I think Nintendo needs to be more like Harmonix.
Combining two drugs into one. It's your personal speedball, Harold. Good God. Anyways, we have some comebacks, apparently. Atari is emerging from bankruptcy, focusing on bringing IP to PC and mobile, and online gambling.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of weird.
That brand just needs to die. Like,
yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, Atari should essentially just be a licensing brand.
Exactly, just to, I don't know.
Capitalize off their previous success, their previous IP, and, I mean, yeah. Then again, this is not Nolan Bushnell's Atari. I mean, this is just some unrecognizable company that's just has that name. But also THQ, Nordic Games, who previously bought several of THQ's IPs, has bought the name and plans to publish under it.
What do you think about that? Kind of weird.
I mean, yes, THQ is a better known name than Nordic Games, but for all the wrong reasons.
So you think they're banking on their previous notoriety to get noticed?
I think that's obvious, Frank.
I know it's being sarcastic.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've have some THQ properties like MX versus ATV, but a lot of the good stuff has gone elsewhere, like Saints Row and the WWE.
So I'm not sure if they're going to try to gain other licensing or what. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I assume Nordic going to continue to grow the brand. Who knows what they're going to do? But good luck to them.
Yep.
I just don't think that THQ was a big enough name to warrant revival. It's no Atari.
It's no Atari, that's true.
I mean, what has THQ done that is worthy of?
No idea.
Yeah, I mean,
Positive.
yeah, I mean, their only really big success, besides WWE and UFC games, was Saints Row franchise, and that's now with Deep Silver.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll do something interesting. I have no idea.
Yeah. So, random words of randomness. And I'm going to start this with an apology. I mean, I've pretty much been giving our friends Matt and Alex shit about what I have called the bad Zeldas, aka the 3D Zeldas. And you know what? Just because I don't like them doesn't really give me the right to say that other people can't or shouldn't like them. And I am truly sorry for that. I mean, just because I have bad experiences with games, and you know, this also goes for like Fez and Skyrim too. Just because I have a bad experience doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad game. It's just that it's not my game. And I guess Zelda is particularly a sore subject to me is the fact that the franchise changed from something I loved to something that I just couldn't get into. And even Mario's kind of gone the same way. I mean, I didn't really care for Galaxy, for that matter. But it's not. I mean, who am I to say who should and shouldn't play? I mean, we all have our different, and it's okay if someone likes a game that's different from the game I like. And it's okay if somebody doesn't like a game I like. So, Alex, Matt, I am sorry. And on a related note, Alex is doing Let's Plays of Zelda Majora's Mask. And of course, yeah, that's available on Irrational Passion's YouTube page. So, Frank, you got anything?
Yeah, I've been organizing the Retro Function 2.0, which the games portion is set up now. Now I just have to set up the art portion, which I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
What kind of art?
Just all the posters that I had framed as the prints that I bought at Fan Expo. I have a lot.
Picasso or a Garfunkel?
No, it's all Marvel characters.
Sorry, just had to make a Bare Naked Ladies reference.
Oh.
And I'm sorry.
Episode 173, I'm sorry.
How about H-Bomb is sorry?
Yeah, that would work. Vic is asking, since when does CBG apologize for anything?
Notice I'm the one apologizing, not Frank.
I don't apologize for shit.
And I apologize that he doesn't apologize.
Sorry. I enjoy this thing we have called freedom of speech.
Yeah, true.
Don't take it
But
for
I guess I've just kind of gotten into the whole, whole being good to each other and inclusion. I was listening to the Double Clicks today. They're very inclusionary.
Well, with me, I don't shit on people who like certain games. I mean, I don't call FPS gamers idiots.
No, I mean, I don't really attack the gamers. It's just the game.
Even then, what's the point of that? It's not going to make it go away.
Yeah. So we should just not talk about that French-Canadian guy, and maybe he'll go away.
He's not going to go away. He still has a little bit of money left.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's it. He ran out of money. Looks like all that money from, whatchamacallit?
That game.
The movie, and that game. is running out. Although I totally believe that. I mean, the guy hasn't done anything else. Unless, of course, he's selling drugs, too. He looks like your average Montreal drug dealer, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Matt, can you confirm? I'm not saying that Matt knows any Montreal drug dealers. Anywho, time for housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Cross-border gaming, crossbordergaming.com or thatgamerhub.com/crossbordergaming. Stitcher, iTunes, HBomb eMaster feedback, all at crossbordergaming.com. Facebook.com/CBG podcast, YouTube.com/crossbordergaming. 747-CBG Pod 5 is our voicemail. That is 747-224-7635. Twitter's USFHBomb, eMaster1980. CBG Podcast, Audio Booze, audioboo.fm/hbomb or eMaster. Random podcast shoutouts, hbomb and friends, retrofunction.com, Fantastic Neighborhood, Retro Nick Radio, Game Enthuse, Irrational Passions, Great Geek Debate, dmgice.com, reclamationbrewing.com, and we will be back again next Thursday at 8.
Yep.
And if that changes, check Twitter. So thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Harold. And thank you for listening.
Yeah. You may go now.
Good night and big balls. Toodles.
Everything is fine.
Yeah.